Whoa, okay. We're live with the pre-show. Hey, buddy, how you
No,
doing?
no, I'm doing great. There's no place I would rather be, Yankee.
Come on. Are you serious? No
Yeah, no,
place.
this
Th-
is it right here, locked and loaded.
then with me, I should tell Mrs. Yankee that. She's in the other room. No, I won't do
and
that.
and the community, of
Oh,
course.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, all of the wonderful subscribers and mods and channel members. Welcome, everyone. This is going to be a fun night.
Fun night. And it's something that I've missed for a while. I haven't done a live stream in a bit because I've been away, and I'm really looking forward to it tonight.
Well, it's a good time to do a live stream because of everything going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's a lot going on. We have a lot of questions. I don't know how many answers we're going to try to give. We're going to try to answer everybody's questions, but there's some tough questions that people might ask tonight that we might not know the answer to. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if they're like, "Hey, what's silver going to do tomorrow?"
or
Not
what,
a
or
clue.
why has silver done what it's done in the last day? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
even that is
crazy.
tricky. Yeah.
Yeah. So a
Yeah.
couple things here. I did put a Q&A section at the top. I hope it's working for people. You'll
I
see it.
see it.
Okay, good. I'm looking for the first question. Somebody just stick something in there because I've noticed there has been some issues in the past with this
You know,
Q&A
when I
thing.
click on ask something, it's not even,
Is it doing it again?
it might be doing it.
What is going
It's
on? This
it's
is a
also it's
YouTube thing.
white. It's not, it's usually blue.
All right, and Q&A. All right, so that is really weird.
Yeah, try it again.
All right.
If it
Start a
doesn't work,
poll.
we'll just have to do it in the live chat.
So yeah, start a Q&A, start a poll. So start Q&A. Ask
This is why we do the
your
pre-show.
questions here. All right.
Someone said they asked if you had a beer belly.
Talking to you, of course, right?
Well, it could be either or.
No. I have a little belly, but it's not a beer belly.
Yeah, I'm still carrying the COVID-19 pound. No,
Yeah.
I've actually been on a diet, so
Good for
hopefully it's getting
you.
smaller.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, trying to, what I don't know what I'm trying to do.
No, that's good. Good.
Trying to be healthy.
I'm trying to stay in shape with biking, cycling.
Mm.
So I got a ride coming up Saturday with my son-in-law. We're going to be probably doing about 40 miles.
Well, it looks like the Q&A is broken, so we're gonna go old-fashioned tonight,
What
huh?
in the world? That is not me. That is not me.
There's an
It's
issue
YouTube.
here.
Yeah, I think it is. I'll end
What
it.
if YouTube is like on purpose trying to censor the precious metals channel? Like what, like is
Oh
there a
my
conspiracy
goodness.
going on here? I'm throwing it out there because this is the second time now it's happened to your channel.
Whoa. Yeah, it happened on Praying with Yankee. That was my last live stream, and it was weird. I've done this so many times for what, almost 6 years now. It's always worked. This is the first time, probably in the last month, that it stopped working. So I will end the Q&A. Sorry, guys.
Mhm.
We'll have to do the Q.
We
the
should probably
questions
go
in the
live
chat.
too. I mean, I think we're like ready to rock and roll
All
here.
right. Yes, we are. We are live, guys. Welcome to Silver Pros. So glad you guys could be here. If this is your first time on a Silver Pros, how about putting a little 1 in the chat? Just put the number 1 so we can see you guys.
Or the letter 1.
Type it
You
out.
can
Right?
pick. I'll let you pick.
This is also where we see the amount of liars we have, like MR and My Silver Journey. And I mean, if you're a member, you got like those white stars on the blue background there. Yeah, you're lying. Putting a 1 in there. All right. Well, there are some though that look new to me, and that's great. Thank you so much.
My Silver Journey did put an I though, lowercase. So
Oh, I see.
the only person that got my whatever.
Yep.
Okay. So normally we have the Q&A and we
Yeah.
go off of that, but we're just going to take them from the chat. This is going to be a little more casual tonight, which actually I'm cool with that.
I am too. I'm still getting back from vacation mode, so I need this. I need to get back into the swing of things with these live streams. So it's good
Should
for
we
me.
show them the giveaway?
Yes, here it is, right
Or
here.
at least bring it up. I mean,
Oh,
like,
there it is. 2024 1 ounce D-Day silver coin. This is the 80th anniversary coin. It's beautiful.
mhm.
This launched Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah, it came out on the 6th, yeah,
Yep.
which I believe was Memorial Day.
Right.
And it's yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. They did make it in gold as well. Unfortunately,
Yes.
we're silver pros, so we're not going to be giving away the gold tonight. But
Not gonna give away the gold, but we will give away a 1 ounce to one lucky winner. And how you win is you got to get on the Wheel of Names. Let me just
mhm.
show everybody right here. This is the lovely, trusted, great Wheel of Names. And the
Yes,
way you get on
excellent.
it, you just need to put something in the chat. I'm going to start harvesting right now. I just clicked it, harvest. So
You got to be saying anything at all.
yeah, you got to put something in the chat, be a part of the community actively in there, and we'll grab your name and stick it on the wheel.
You
What do
know,
you?
because we're just taking questions from the chat, I saw one like fly by a second ago.
Okay.
And they were asking about silver spot price and where it's headed over the next few weeks and
Right.
months and that kind of stuff. And maybe we could kind of start with something like that because I'll just say this.
Mm-hmm.
Typically in the summer, we see it go down,
It's
right? I
true.
mean, it's kind of like the doldrums. Everyone's
Yep.
out, on vacation. No one's really like paying attention. Like the volume of trades kind of goes down and
Mm-hmm.
we just kind of see everything chill out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of seeing that right now. I mean, this is kind of on par with what I would expect. Now, this is an election year, and obviously the Fed is, a roller coaster of what they're going to do. But I'm really not surprised, frankly. 29 silver. I mean, it's still higher. Like I thought it wouldn't go up to 30 until the end of the
I
year.
know, right? That's what we both thought.
Yeah, so the fact that it hit 32,
Hmm.
just a few weeks ago is like blowing my mind. Like, what is happening?
It
So
was a crazy run up, wasn't it?
yeah, this seems more reasonable. Like this seems kind of more in line with where I thought it would be around now. Now, I mean, isn't that what you've been thinking, Yankee?
I like to see a nice steady increase, not
Right.
something that just goes explicit, because usually that's artificial and it's going to come. It's going to be like a whipsaw. It's going to be up and then crash, and it's all over the place. What happens is after news breaks, and we did have some news that spooked gold and silver. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
we saw the gold buying from China, was on pause last month, and that surprised people, and that affected silver too. We saw the CPI numbers. We had PPI numbers, producer price index come out. Just some really interesting pieces of data that point to more of the Fed and what they're going to do with interest rates. But then traders went ballistic. I was looking at the short positions.
Yeah.
Silver shorts went way up. They were shorting this market, and as they were shorting it, silver started to drop, and then it would break through certain automatic, sell orders, that stop losses, and it would drop more because they're, we got to sell more, we got to sell more, and then it would, oh my
Right.
word, it broke through another level. It was just crazy.
Yeah. I go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to show you this article. Gold. This is from this. This is today, 13th. Gold trims losses following weaker than expected inflation data. Silver down 1.5%. That was today.
Weaker than expected inflation data, and they go down.
I know, right?
It's like
It,
the opposite.
it is. I know.
Hmm. And it's also the opposite. It's actually the opposite twice because when you think about a hedge against inflation, if inflation is bad, it's like we want silver, we want gold, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like on the forefront of your mind. But then you're like, okay, what about the rates? Are they going to be able to cut rates? And I do
Right.
understand that, like, okay, if inflation chills out, it kind of puts a rate cut on the table, which then you would want to see silver and gold go up. So
Right.
it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Like,
It seems a little backwards, doesn't it?
it seems completely backwards.
All right, thank you. On Wednesday, the Fed held interest rates steady, projected only one rate cut, despite some progress in inflation. So
Wow.
only one. People were
I don't
saying,
think
"Oh,
they're doing it.
I don't think so either." unless something really bad happens. And guys, I just want to say,
Uninflation's got to like, or sorry, unemployment's got to like spike.
unemployment, some crisis, like a banking
Yeah.
crisis, right?
Yeah.
Or,
If all the banks start going
oh
under,
my
yeah.
word, yeah. In fact, I don't think I have that website handy, but I've been looking at the different bank scenarios, and they have so many maturing treasuries that were at such low interest rates. Now with these higher ones, they can't roll them, they can't buy them, and it's really hurting their bottom line. So it's getting shaky. We're going to see more and more
Hmm.
banks, and that could change the entire calculus. Fed could say, "Oh, we got to cut, and we're ready," and boom, 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 they come into the rescue. Right? I think you'd see silver go up in that scenario, but
Yeah.
who
So,
knows?
okay. So all of that's going on. They just
Mm-hmm.
had the Fed meeting yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Was it yesterday? I don't remember.
Wednesday.
Um, okay. Yesterday. Right. So it's like, okay, we're keeping an eye on that. But then you also have the end of the petrodollar agreement. And is it just me, or did the news completely gloss over? No one talked about it. I mean, it was a 50-year treaty, for goodness sakes,
I
with us,
know,
USA,
right?
and it's like no one cares, no one's talking about it. Okay, whatever. Saudi Arabia, no more petrodollar. All right,
Too many
great.
hobbies in the chat said, "What do you guys think about Saudi Arabia letting the petrodollar deal expire?" I think it's
Well,
huge.
we all knew it was going to
I
happen,
right.
and people were talking about it like 6 months ago, and it did happen. I mean, I haven't seen any renewal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I thought it was going to affect precious metals. I mean, I thought we were going to see not only gold go up and silver, but I thought it was going to probably bleed into cryptos as well. Everyone moving out of dollar into all the alternative assets. And it was like nothing ever happened. It was like, okay, whatever.
It
It was
seems
surprising.
it is surprising, but it seems to be sort of par for the course here that they kind of shrug off bad news until it explodes and has ramifications, real life ramifications. I mean, they did this with inflation for years. Oh, there's no such thing. It's gone. And then boom, suddenly we have it, and we see, I believe, price inflation going into the metals.
Hmm.
I think that is really the impetus for us to see $30, pretty much a $30 floor. It drops below there, but it wants 30. I think over the, past few years, that is what drove it up. I think it's been ignored for a long time. I think they're ignoring a lot of things until something big breaks. So
Hmm.
it could be war, it could be all kinds of different things, but then they'll blame something else, right? They'll always point the finger somewhere, but the root cause is going to be, the stuff that we talk about all the time on our channel, Esty. We talk about, fiscal spending by the government, our crazy federal debt. We talk about the monetization by the Fed, the printing of currency. We talk about banks. We talk about all the malinvestments, the zombie companies, all the stuff that's going on under the surface. But hey, we still can watch Netflix and go riding our bike. Everything seems okay until it breaks.
And yeah, until it breaks. And I think that is kind of what we saw with inflation, where they're like, no big deal, everything's fine. And then it was like, uh-oh. And
Mm-hmm.
then we started seeing rates go up, and they've
Mm-hmm.
been parked at, you know, 5.25 to 5.5 now for what, like a year. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think they kind of just ignore it until it really does become a problem. So that could be what's going on with this whole petrodollar thing,
Mm-hmm.
until it's an issue. And maybe because of the election, they're trying to kind of not bring it up, just sort of quietly, like, oh yeah, nothing to see here. If we don't talk about it, no one will notice.
Yeah.
But we're watching and we're like, something's going on.
Well, we got over 400 people now, and I do want to say hi to all those that have just joined us. This is Silver Pros. This is where we love to talk about silver and answer your questions. All right, that's in the title. All questions answered as best as we can. Tuli mod in the chat says if you have a silver-related question, please put it in the chat. All caps, please. So we'll try to do that. We've been having fun, you and I chatting, but I think there are people that have more questions for us. So I'm going to scroll through here Actually, you can too. You can pick them out too, buddy. You can see them in the chat, right?
Yeah, I actually saw one really early on,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we get this one pretty much on all the silver pros, but they were saying, what is the best silver to buy? What
Oh,
should I be
yeah.
stacking? That kind of a,
Yep.
sort of it's just one of those questions that we get asked all the time, but it is a good question. I mean,
Mm.
if you want to be stacking silver, there's a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
You can go coins, bars, rounds, junk. And well, I think me and Yankee are pretty much still in agreement that
Yeah.
1 ounce is the best size to buy, especially when you're first starting. You don't want to
Mm.
buy a 10-ounce kilo bar, 100 ounce. Get 1 ounce. And I think we're both still fans of the rounds
I
because
am.
of the premium.
I am showing eagles here, but I like rounds. I really do. Although I got this one. Look how ugly that is.
I hope you got a good deal on that one.
I got a stupid good deal on this one down in Florida when I visited that local coin shop. I mean, it's just barely over spot. That is really cool when you can get an
Barely
eagle.
over spot.
Yes, I know. Cole
You
circulated.
stole it.
I didn't. He offered it to me, and I bought a couple.
Wow.
So yeah, I do like. Oh, I don't like that. Ugh, I'll take that off.
My last purchase was 10 silver rounds.
Good for you.
I got it down in Long Beach
Nice.
at the coin show,
Wow.
the Long Beach Expo. So yeah,
Very
I
nice.
I picked up 10 silver rounds,
Mhm.
and I think if you're starting, or even if you've been
Yes.
stacking for years, it's just a
Rounds
low
are great.
premium. They're
Yep.
amazing. You're not gonna regret it. I mean,
Uh,
there are some things you could buy that you would regret, but that is not one of them.
Joel Dahl asked a question: is stacking constitutional silver worthy or worth it?
Oh, so worth it.
Can I show you what I just bought?
Let's see it. Are you done now?
No, I'm not done yet. Come on.
Oh my
I'm working on. Don't give me a hard time about my silver guardhouse box, buddy.
Okay.
Dude, I got these for a great deal too. When the dip happened,
Spot? Did you get spot?
No,
20,
I
what were
didn't.
you? 20x, 21?
21. That was good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It wasn't phenomenal, but it was good, and I jumped on it. It's
Well, that actually is
I know, right? Four
about spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 4 rolls. I'm sorry, 5 rolls. What am I saying? 5 rolls. Yeah. And it was someone who needed to liquidate, and they're like, "Hey, I'll give it to you for this." And I'm like, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah, I'll sell it." So it was 21 face value. I was like, "I'll pick him up." He had quarters and half dollars, and I said no to those because I've actually filled those guardhouse boxes. In fact, there is going to be, I think, a limit to how much constitutional silver I stack, at least stack heavily or focus on. I mean, if a great deal shows up, I'll probably keep grabbing some, but I'm really trying to get to a certain amount, and this is definitely helping me on my way.
You're just trying to get one guardhouse box
Just
of
one,
each?
yeah, 1/2, 1/4, and 1 dime guardhouse
Yeah.
box. Yeah, barter box, as I call it. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I think that's a good goal. I think when it comes to
I
stacking,
love it.
we like the rounds because they're low premium, but right now junk silver is low premium as well.
Yes.
So
In some places.
I think
some places.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it depends where you go, obviously, but like my local coin shop, I think they're selling right around 21 or 22x.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually there's hardly any premium on it at all, but the issue is it's always kind of sold out because just everyone buys it up
Right.
immediately.
And it is finite.
Right, but they don't want to raise the price because they want to try and keep it affordable. So yeah, we do have a question here from Metally Corrupted. How much does a guardhouse box hold? Now it actually depends on which one you have.
Yep. You're gonna
do you know off the top of your head?
You're gonna
It's
ask me,
240,
aren't you? I knew you were
240
gonna
face
ask me.
value. 240 face value, right, for the dimes?
It's right over there. I could actually go get it and count, but I think it's 7 by. Oh shoot! Now I gotta know. Hold on.
I think it's $240 face value. It could be 280. I could be mixing up the half dollars and the dimes, but the quarter one's huge. The quarter one is like
Sometimes you just
Ridiculous.
have to know specifics. So I've got the guardhouse box here. You can
It's
actually
kind of an
see.
arbitrary number.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
it's not like, oh, $100 face. It's not like that. It's just how many happen to fit in the
50. I
box.
got 50 tubes that will fit in this one.
All
And,
right.
yeah, there we go. Very cool.
50 tubes. And
Yeah.
and how
50
many?
cents or $5 in each tube. $5 worth of silver.
Okay. So if you can do public math, 5 times 50, so 250. I said 240.
Yeah, it's very
I
close.
think I think it's the half dollars then that are 240.
Yeah, the half dollars are 4 by 8, I think, over there. 4 by 8, 28.
Yeah. So
Anyway, it
$250
depends.
face value for
All
the
that
dimes.
It depends
And
on the
it's not by
guardhouse.
weight.
Yeah.
It's not by weight. It's by, face
Right.
value.
Right.
So like if you had $250 in dimes, it would be 2,500 silver dimes. They would fit in the box and it would be full.
And if you're interested in exactly the boxes that I use, in the description of all my videos, you'll see some links there for you. You can get them off Amazon. By the way, thank you, Heritage Stacking, for that $5 super chat. So what's up with the U.S. buying Canadian mines, Yankee? Yes, I had read about that. They're leveraging Canadian mines, the U.S.
There's a lot of Canadian mines and
Oh,
they
there
have
are.
less restrictions
Yep.
than we have here, which is kind of surprising, but depending on where you are, like some states are ridiculously strict. So I think it's just people want to invest in it, and that's kind of the best, closest place to do it. I mean, Canada's like insane for mining.
Oh,
And
it
and
is.
most people who are involved in mining know it's like Canada's like
It's like
one
the
of the
Mecca,
places
right?
or
Yeah.
the place. Yeah.
Right. And I think the U.S. is trying to leverage some of that because they don't have the capacity, the stuff that they need. I mean, and it's across the board. It's not just precious metals. It's all kinds of base metals and other rare earth metals. So really, they need to use Canada. So that's good. I'm glad we have that arrangement.
They
Thanks for the
are our
$5.
allies.
I also see another $2 super chat. Josh Kellogg, $2. 54% done with my guardhouse box of dimes. Way to go,
Wow.
Josh. Nice.
And Jamie just put in the chat right around $6,000 for the dimes with spot right now. $5,841.50. So there you go. If you
Nice
want to
math.
fill a dime guardhouse box, it's about $6,000. I mean, you're probably gonna have to pay a little bit of a premium, to pick up your dimes. You're not gonna get them at spot. So
all that to
that's,
say, yes, buying and stacking 90% constitutional or junk silver is absolutely worth it. I personally do think that I have a limit there that might be lower than the rounds that we were talking about, or bars or coins, but I think it's so important because I want to be able to have the option to barter with this stuff.
can I say one thing about
Please.
constitutional silver that people don't really think about? And it's probably not every. Okay, I'm not going to say that. The rule is when you're selling your constitutional silver to a coin shop, like if you're selling it to get cash, right? If you sell $1,000 face value at once and you get cash, you're supposed to do the IRS form.
Absolutely.
That is the rule. It's an anti-money laundering law.
It's crazy.
So if you want to go, crazy with silver and then think you're going to sell it all real quick and flip it and get a profit and move it and do this and that, and that's like your goal, go Eagles, because you can sell infinite Eagles and not have to fill out any forms. It's just less hassle. That's all I'm saying. It's just less hassle, less red tape.
Yep.
Just stack Eagles, and people love Eagles for that reason.
Right. There's a lot of flexibility there. Do remember that there may be some capital gain stacks you got to deal with still, but
Well, of course. But I'm just saying, as far
you're
as
right on. You're
red
absolutely
tape
spec.
and ease of moving it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but if you're going to barter with your junk silver, then stack it to the moon. Who cares? It's just something you should be aware of if you're trying to flip it and do that whole, wait for it to go up. I think a lot of the people in the community, that isn't their goal. They're not looking at it strictly as sort of this short-term investment. or they're going to crush it in a couple of years and then move it all into stocks or whatever.
Right.
I don't think people are really thinking that, but obviously
I run into
someone
them.
is.
Oh yeah, the flipper stackers, the ones that are saying, this is a short-term gain. I'm going to flip it. That's not me, but I understand why people do that. I do see another super chat. Kimberly Forbes super chat at $5. Someone just asked the question I was typing. Good show, guys. Thank you for that. PMG Poor Man's Gold Silver Stack super chat at $2. Thank you, guys. I just started my new channel. That's awesome. Congrats. I do see John's questioning the whole Saudi Arabia
Well,
petrodollar thing,
that's
right?
the point I was making.
Yeah.
That's literally my point, John, is that they haven't said anything. Like why it's a huge news item. It should be like all over the mainstream media. Why are they just kind of quietly letting it go? That's you're right on, John. That's literally what I'm saying. Why is the US not why is it like Biden not like tell us? Like isn't that your job? Whatever, but
yeah,
there you
there's
go.
something there, but this is
If they don't do anything, that means nothing happened, right? That means they did not renew.
It needed to be renewed. Exactly.
Nothing happening means it didn't happen.
Very good.
So there you go.
Right. And that's a very clear-cut thing, the petrodollar agreement, right? What isn't though is say the reserve currency status of the US dollar. That's going to die too. And it's going to die in the same way. We're not going to know. We're not going to hear an announcement. No one's going to say, okay, well, that's it. We're done. Dollar is no longer the reserve currency. No, it is a gradual usurping of the power that we've wielded with the U.S. dollar, and in a very violent way sometimes. But it's going to go away. It's going to vanish. And it's going to happen under the covers. We're going to feel the effects of that when it happens or right after, but there's not going to be a big pronouncement. So we got to be prepared for that.
Yep. You got to be prepared. You got to be stacking. Now is the time. And we don't exactly know, when it's all going to crumble. So it's better to,
Corey
be prepared now.
Yeah. Corey's saying next year we may be Venezuela.
Oh gosh.
Oh, come on. I try not to think like that, right? I need to prepare, but I also don't want to think the worst, right? You prepare for the worst and pray and hope for the best, right? Can you explain this box you're talking about? Oh, Arletta. I think we did. I think it was the guardhouse boxes you were asking about. Hopefully we did.
Yeah, they hold. Yes, they hold the constitutional junk silver. In fact, in the picture on my side, on the right side of the screen, there you can see my $50.
Very nice.
All nicely assorted there.
Sorry,
all right, so yeah,
I'm playing. Sorry.
if you do have questions regarding silver, really anything to do with silver, feel free to put them in the live chat here. The Q&A is magically not working. Somehow YouTube is censoring the gold and silver channels. I'm not trying to. It's kind of just weird. Strange that it's happened twice now. I don't know.
I didn't Google it. I didn't research it with YouTube yet. I haven't even contacted them, but this is like the third time that I've noticed it.
Wow,
I gotta figure it out.
Third time.
Yep. Before I went on my vacation a few weeks back, it happened once, and then praying with Yankee, and then this one. So I gotta fix it.
Can we please tackle the war nickel question here?
Yeah, go for it.
please.
Right.
I've actually had a change of heart on war nickels. So
really,
yeah, and here's kind of where I'm at with them.
Okay,
I like war nickels. They're 35% silver, but the issue with war nickels is kind of the same issue I have with Washington quarters and Roosevelt dimes. They look like the clad version of themselves, but with the war nickel, it's even more. It's even harder to tell because you can't even look really at the edge. Like you look at the edge of the nickel, it's just like a solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at least with the Roosevelt dime, you're like, look at the edge. It's actually silver. Like, obviously the date as well. But
hold on,
I don't know that they're going to be easy to barter with. I think they would be very difficult to barter with. So the issue is when you want to get rid of your war nickels, what are you going to do with them? Probably going to have to sell them. And the dealers hate war nickels. I mean, I've heard of people going in to sell the war nickel,
Yeah.
and you're getting like 20, like 30% a spot, like insane, like crazy, like nothing. Like they don't
Bad.
respect it. It's
Bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to just love them because they're so cheap. I get them for a spot.
Yep.
Sometimes you could buy them under spot. It's like, wow, I'm getting silver. Like it's crazy. But the more I think about it, I'm not really a fan. I don't know. Do you think you'll be able to barter with them, Yankee?
Should I bring some?
Can you please
I
do
will.
people know? Do people
I don't know
know?
if people know. Can I just tell them right now?
Yeah. Tell them, and then we could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you at the end too. But in a week from Saturday, guys, I'm going to what's called Pork Fest, the Porcupine Freedom Festival, up here in upstate New Hampshire, way up. I mean, we're talking above the Whites Mountains there. It's going to be the 22nd of June. Going up there, it's part of the Free State Project, I believe. Yeah, actually,
That guy on the left
I
of
know,
the
right? Look at
photo, he is living
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, he's living free. It's going to be awesome, man. I cannot wait to go. Are you tired of government always getting bigger? Do you feel like the only person around just wants to live free? You're not alone. Yeah, live free or die right here in New Hampshire, the Free State Project. What's really cool, though, and I've told you this, Dragons, there's going to be a mob of people selling goods and services and food and everything else for silver.
Yeah, but what kind of silver?
I know, right? So I'm going to go with Silver Dave actually, and he's going to bring his, I'm going to bring mine. I will bring some more nickels. That's a really good.
Please,
Yes, I will. I want to
please.
see
And
what
then
the reaction, right?
yes, bring them, and then at the next Silver Pros, we'll talk about how it went.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that.
Well, you can offer them an assortment. Would you rather have this or this or this? And
Right.
and I can almost guarantee no one's going to take the war nickels.
Well, I'm going to be doing a lot of constitutional, right? So
Right,
90% is
course.
going to be there. I'll have some Eagles. I do have these 1/10 ounce rounds. These are really cool to have. I think Silver Dave's going to try it with those. I got some bars over here. Obviously, silver is going to be the focus. I'm not going to bring any gold to barter with per se. I think that's a little extreme, but and I don't want to give up my fractional gold. So silver. It's all going to be about silver, and we'll see.
And if people are thinking about going, do some research on it. It's free. It's libertarian, type
Oh yeah,
festival.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be, it do some research on it before you go.
Yep,
Make
yep.
sure you're okay with everything going on. Just
Well,
throwing that
I'm
out
not
there.
sure I'm going to be okay with
Well, I know-
everything going on, but
Right,
but
right.
a lot of
I'm
it I
just
will be.
saying,
So. I know, right?
yeah, there may
Good.
be some off-color things that you're not
You're right.
interested in.
I agree, and I'll move along. But
I'm not.
hey,
Yeah, I'm just throwing
Yeah.
it out there to the general, to the chat here.
But I'm excited. I mean, from the first breakfast I get there in the morning, I'm gonna fork over some silver dimes for my breakfast. I mean, it's gonna be pretty wild. You're not gonna see one piece of fiat currency being exchanged at this place. So,
Good.
anyways, I'll do the war nickel too. So,
Can you ping test a war nickel? What is it? Vulture circling is asking.
I mean, you can. I don't have the app handy right now, but
Yeah, I wonder.
oh man, what did that sound like?
I mean-
listen. Wow, is that a high pitched noise?
Oh man, I think only my dog could hear that.
Wow, compare that to the dime. Let's see.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like, just because you can doesn't mean that you should.
I know. It definitely doesn't have that nice silver resonance, when you ping quarters and halves and
Right,
dimes.
it's
But yeah,
35%.
I know. What do you expect, right?
It's
All right, so
65% not silver.
we're missing a lot of questions because we're just having too much fun here. One of them said, "Should I? I really wanted to get this in the. You know what happens with the chat? It scrolled. Somebody asked, should I stack? Oh, here it is. Bellows Ford. Should I not stack if I'm unemployed?
Oh wow.
That's an interesting question, huh?
Well,
don't
I
think
mean,
have we ever asked that or answered that question before?
man, unemployed. So
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I guess that begs the question: what is your situation for
Hmm.
income? Where are you with like
Right.
retirement, or what about your partner or spouse? Like, where are you I guess I don't know your situation, so
It's
it's kind
tough
of
to
hard to be
answer.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would say anyone can stack. I mean, I was stacking, finding and recycling cans to make a little extra money to stack with. Like anyone can't, you could be homeless and stack.
There you go.
Ser You
Right.
literally could. But if you don't have a place to store it, that could be sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think there are probably other priorities that need to be addressed as well with unemployment. And I would hate to say, yeah, stack when those aren't necessarily being attended to. So again, Bellows Forge, my gut would say no, not to any significance. Maybe just a
Hmm.
little, but you probably have other priorities you need to focus on first.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Um,
sadly, I feel bad for you, Ben. I hope you get a job soon. I really do.
yeah. Yeah, that's good advice. Okay. It's not a question, but Jamie just said melting coins is illegal. It's interesting that you say that because I feel the last time silver ran up in 2011, I feel like the refiners were melting an absolutely insane amount of constitutional silver, and it's been melted very, very, very heavily. We don't know how many surviving Morgan dollars are left from the different years because of how much has been melted. So you're saying it's illegal to melt coins. I actually think it's only illegal to melt some coins,
Right.
and I believe I could be wrong, but I believe it's actually not illegal to melt
No,
constitutional silver.
it's not. It's illegal to
Right.
melt and profit off of pennies and nickels. Did you
There you
know that?
go. Right.
Yep. And
So
there are other scenarios too that you can actually melt them.
I would not recommend melting
Right.
any of them. I've never melted any pennies or any constitutional silver, anything like that. I just I think that's it's kind of sad. I mean, like a lot of work goes into making that stuff. I would rather just have the coins,
Well,
you know.
it's also it is illegal to sell melted down metal for profit. In other words, if you're trying
Mm,
to, you know, trying to make money off of it by selling it, maybe putting it into a bar or something. But you can make jewelry out of it. That's legal. But for silver and gold. But yeah, I think they really cracked down on it. I think there's a certain amount to it, but on copper or pennies and nickels. I'm not sure of all the legal ins and outs, but I think you really can in some circumstances melt
mm.
them. But it's probably good not to. All right, so let's see. Do you stack? Let's see. You got the war nickels there. If silver coins change color, does it affect their value? Says R Jam.
Sometimes up
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
and
down.
well, yeah, I mean, well, like Yankee just showed us that beat up toned eagle, and it did affect it in that situation. He was able to buy it cheaper.
Yeah. Half my first monster box is made out of this stuff. I love this. You get the best of both worlds. Low over spot premium, as well as a highly recognizable and trusted silver coin minted by our government. So, I think there's a reason to get them. Some people do love the toning. If you love the tarnish, it's called toning. If you don't, it's called tarnish.
Right.
But now there's other coloring like milk
Like rainbow
spots.
tone. Oh, yeah, that's true.
That can affect value too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on who you're selling it to, who you're trading
Mm-hmm.
with. I think most stackers aren't really bothered by it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
think most coin shops aren't really bothered by it, the ones I've seen. And if they're really picky, oh, this is milk spotted, I'll pay less. Just go to a different shop. Like,
Right.
seriously, I mean, it's
Most
silver.
most prepper stackers don't care at all. In fact, they look at the milk spot and go, that's a great way to prove that it's legit. That's me.
Yeah.
So doesn't bother me much at all. All right. Let's see. Is there a market for silver plate? Says Douglas Kuhn. Interesting question. I was with Tim last week. Did a video with him, and somebody brought in silverware, and
Hmm.
it was all plated.
Oh,
All of
bummer.
it, all of it. It was just Rogers on it, and that's usually plated. Rogers, I think, was the company that first, made the electroplating process, right? So they perfected it, and it's worthless, pretty much. He said, "Yeah, go ahead, clean it up and use it for your dinnerware," because I didn't want it. So no,
Yeah,
not silver
it's just
plate.
not enough silver, and it's not
Hmm.
it's not easy to get that silver off. It's like gold plated stuff. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's like like there's so much work.
Mm-hmm.
No one, essentially, no one is taking silver plated, silverware, whatever, and removing like it's too much time, too much money for
Right.
very, very little profit. Some people do it with gold. I've seen it happen, but yeah, anything that's silver plated, nope.
CRH silver halves. Here's the GSR question. You always get one of these. Do either of you see the gold to silver ratio getting back to the 60s?
Come on,
Yes.
come on.
Yes, I do.
I think
I
it's
think
just
it might do it. Yeah. What do you
it
think?
could it could do it this year.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I don't think it will, but if we do see silver take off, that's the thing. It's like the metals are going to need to be going up to for that to be a reality,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're going to need to see another surge, gold hit 2500, silver just start crushing it,
40,
get up get up to
45,
40.
50.
Yeah,
Yep.
we could definitely get back into the 60s. We could
Mm-hmm.
get lower.
Mm-hmm. I
I
agree.
mean, and honestly, we could see it go from 60 to 40 in a couple of days, in a week. Like if silver's really taken off, it could blow your mind how fast silver could go. The last time silver went down to, or excuse me, the gold silver ratio went down into the 30s in 2011. It was like for a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was like if you were trying to time it to sell your silver, right? Like you had to be,
Yeah.
I don't know, you needed a crystal ball because it's just not realistic to be able to trade it at the absolute peak. But
Right.
I certainly think it's possible. I think probably if I had to guess, the soonest we'll see that happen would be next year.
The
I think
soonest. Yeah.
I would guess probably next year's the soonest we see it get into the 60s. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
We think we try to tell people to always think more long term. I've always said that I think we lose the dollar. I think we lose control in the COMEX, and I think we lose the ratio and everything else by the end of this decade. I really do. That's what I have been prepping for. That's what I've been prepper stacking for. The end of this decade. So the way things are changing so rapidly, I think that's probably the outside. It could happen a lot earlier, but wouldn't be surprised to see it even lower than 60. I really wouldn't.
Maya the Happy One has got a
Mm-hmm.
question here. Does some 1 ounce silver rounds or coins ping differently than others? And that's a great question. And the
Yes.
answer is absolutely
Yes,
yes.
they do.
They're all different. Now, if it's an eagle, it should be an eagle. I
Right.
am not aware of the type 2 being different than the type 1.
Um,
They're the same
I'm actually
size.
looking at the app right now to see if they're different. They do have different eagle selections that you can make in the Coin
Interesting.
Tester app. So
Interesting.
yeah, I know. So
You you
I'm
should
looking at it
try
right
and
now.
do it. You should try and do it we should do a little test here, Yankee.
I'm
Maybe
literally
after the
looking.
stream, but
Yes, I'm looking at it
but
right
I'm
now. I'm seeing
I
secret.
understand.
Yeah, different
It
dates. Right.
if you select though the wrong one,
Mm-hmm. Does it still ping it right?
like yeah, select the type
Yeah.
2 and then ping one of your type 1s and just
I
are you
honestly,
able to do it?
I honestly can't believe that I didn't try that ever. I always just
Can we do
select
it?
the right one, right? Let's see. Do I
Do we
have
have the
to?
ability to do it live? I mean, you got your pinger, you got a type 1.
I got a type one. They're all type ones. Hold on.
I know, but select type 2 on the
Oh, that's
app
it. That's
and
all
then
you want
ping
me
your
to do.
type 1. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. Just see if
I
it'll
got
work.
you. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I do indeed. Here we go. I am
And we
selecting
make it
it.
happen
Can we
live.
do it?
Oh
I'm
my
doing it
goodness.
live.
You don't know how excited I am for
Yeah,
this.
right.
I am predicting it will actually
Work.
it'll yeah, I think it'll work. I think the app is not smart enough to tell the difference. I will be so surprised if this does not work. All right, he's pinging it.
Analyzing.
Come on.
Oh, dude.
Does it know? Can it
No,
tell?
you're right. Look
It
at that.
worked. Yeah,
Three
I knew it
stars.
worked.
3
I knew
stars.
it
You
worked.
knew it.
I knew it would work. There's no way it can tell the frequency. All right, so that being said, so even though all the eagles are the same, definitely the maple because they're different diameters. So the
Right.
maples are thicker
Mm-hmm.
and they're like 2 millimeters, 2.6 millimeters, smaller in diameter, I guess.
Yep.
Um,
Thicker, smaller.
yeah, so it's gonna be like a higher pitch. So
Sure.
when you're doing the pinger, yeah,
But
you can't
rounds
just
are
do
all
any
over
one
the
ounce.
place, right? So
Oh,
buffalo
dude,
round and all that, right? So you need to select the right one. By the way, there is a
can't yeah.
question in here. Oh, two things. One, if you're interested in getting a pocket pinger, there is a link in the description of all my videos. Check it out. This one right here from Casey Wood. In reality, aren't silver eagles and silver maples just as liquid and accepted by everyone in North America?
I would say
Yeah.
probably yes.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, really, comes down to this classic difference and the classic choice between an eagle and, say, a buffalo round, right?
Hmm.
So rounds not made by a government mint, private mint. They don't have any denomination on them. These are government sovereign mints. They have a dollar amount and a date. So one is different than the other, but yet at some level, silver is silver, right?
Hmm.
So the only time that I really love to get the sovereign silver, and that's why you and I think, stacked monster boxes of this stuff, is because not because of the trust in the federal government, but the trust that it could be more legitimate. Now, they fake these stuff all the time, hence the pocket pinger, right? But I think in a barter scenario, there are scenarios where this may be accepted and that isn't, or that may be accepted and this isn't. So I like to have options. I like to diversify my barter fodder here. So that's why
Yeah.
Constitution, rounds, bars,
Well, and
eagles.
also if you're not even talking about barter, if we're just talking about selling it, let's
True.
say you need to sell,
Yep.
right? Let's say you've stacked over the years a bunch of junk silver and then you got rounds and you got eagles
Right.
and it's like I need to sell a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I lost my job. I don't know, whatever. I need to sell. I got to pay the bills. We have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick what you want to sell. You could look at the premiums and go, whoa, Eagles are crushing it like they
Mm-hmm.
were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Sell your Eagles because they're doing better for the buyback. You could sell your rounds if maybe the coin shop is low on rounds, they need them, whatever. I mean, it's so great to have options.
Yep.
I think it is so worth it to stack a variety of things within, sort of the modern accepted different categories. Now, we do have a question here from James. Mint sealed tubes versus regular tubes.
Uh-huh.
Worth it? Not worth it, in my opinion. Buy the cheapest you can. Like if you want Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
buy if it's the random date, if it's the 1 year back or the current, whatever's the cheapest, buy that. And don't buy the mint sealed tubes because it's ridiculous. Yeah, there's no point in doing it.
Get these ugly things. I got them for cheap too. Dirt cheap, just a little bit over spot.
And
All kinds of them. And I use xylene to get that disgusting plastic off of them. So, yeah, get the cheapest Eagles you can.
Yeah. If you're gonna get Eagles, get the cheapest. And the thing is, too, with the sealed rolls, I pop open that seal immediately because I want to look at them. So it does absolutely no good.
All right. So that is partially because we've got this, preoccupation with fondling.
I would recommend anyone to do it.
But also we're showing it. A lot of our silver we're working with. I'm actually demonstrating it and showing it on my channel. A lot of people I know don't crack the seal because they actually want to turn around and sell it one day. And I do know some dealers that will give us slightly more if it's unopened. So I tell people when they ask me, should I break the seal or not, Yankee? Well, first of all, I don't think you should be buying them. But if you do, are you going to turn around and sell them? Do you see yourself selling them in soon or in the future? And some of them say yes, some say no. And I said, if you're not going to sell it, then pop it open.
Are you aware of any other mints that do the seal, or is it just the U.S. mint?
Oh, good question.
Because someone just asked about maples, and I don't.
The Australian Philharmonics come
Kangaroo?
sealed. Yeah, no, the
Austrian.
Austrian. What am I saying? Austrian Philharmonics come sealed.
Interesting.
Yep.
I should buy some.
Yeah, right.
Just to crack
Well,
open the
wait a
seal.
minute. Do you have any sealed Eagle tubes?
Nope.
None?
Broke the seal.
I think I might have one.
Yeah, I had one too. I broke it.
You're the type that sneaked down before Christmas to open the. I can. I know what you were like when you were little.
I never
had
did that.
All right. All right.
I never did that.
All right, we've got a super chat here from Gerald saying $2. Finally, in a live stream with my favorite stackers. Thank you so much, Gerald, for that $2 and your kind words. El Macano,
Yes.
super chat of $5. I knew it. Q&A now rigged. What's next, Yankee? Oh, you're bad. What's the best silver to buy right now?
Well, I mean, we've been talking about it.
I know.
Honestly,
I'm glad I got these. Yeah.
yeah. I just bought rounds. Yankee just bought constitutional. Both are the best, really. Both are the best.
Max Peck, super chat of $5. Initial goal, one guardhouse box each of dimes and quarters, then a monster box of eagle culls. If I get that far, then I think, then I'll think of another goal. Great, I love that, Max. Keep making those goals, right? And don't be afraid to reset them or tweak them as conditions warrant. But I love that. Dimes, quarters are tough, man. That's probably the hardest guardhouse box to fill for me.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Oof.
We do have a question here. Let's see. Do you see coin shops getting more restrictive in buying and selling to the general public versus wholesalers? More government red tape making it harder to trade for the public. I personally don't know that it's going to be like government that's restricting the small mom and pop coin shops. I think it's more the banks, what we've been seeing. They don't want to deal in these large amounts of cash.
I agree.
So I think that could be restrictive. I certainly think it's possible the government or even local government, with taxing, like, oh, if you make over $1 million, you got to pay these extra taxes. I think that could have an effect because a lot of the coin shops, they don't have crazy margins and they deal with a lot of bullion. So to get over $1 million, you do it pretty quick, right? And your profit's pretty small, but you got to pay these high taxes. So I could maybe kind of see it out like from a local level, but I haven't really seen any federal government red tape, at all for coin shops. Have you? I mean,
I haven't. No.
Yeah.
All right. So, see any more questions? I'm going to start gathering some names, by the way, for our giveaway that's coming up. Don't forget to put something in the chat, guys. That's important. And just anything you want in there so that I can pick up the names. But
I did see one person comment that the Noah's Ark coins come sealed, and someone else said that the Maples do, which I haven't seen that, but I think they might be just the whole monster box is sealed, not the individual tubes.
Yes.
So I a lot of us aren't stacking a whole monster box at a time.
Right.
If you can drop it, do it, but so we wouldn't know.
Tiger Stacker just joined. Super chat at $5. Let's get him, El Macano. Oh, okay. Thanks a lot, Tiger.
Okay, we have another one. Sorry, I'm stuck up on the sealed thing. Someone's saying maple tubes all come sealed.
What?
No, I bought 2023 and 2024. I mean, unless it started happening this week, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I honestly didn't know.
Yeah, I think they're incorrect. But
okay, yeah. Well, we were stacking a lot of tubes, and all of them weren't. But maybe there is.
I have
something
two
new.
sealed maple tubes. Maybe it's a 2024 thing. Then I don't know.
Ever since the king got on there,
it's possible you bought it from a company that sealed it, like Atmex. Some of these private sellers will seal it and say, we looked through it, we put our stamp of approval on it. That's probably what you're referring to, not the mint sealing it.
Good point.
So yeah, he said it's just where I bought them from. Yeah, so it's probably just the Atmex ones. There you go.
All right.
Sorry, I could go all day on the not sealed.
I'm gathering. If you've seen anybody else with questions, let me know.
I did see a super chat here from Tiger Stacker. Thank you so much. He says, trust but verify. Crack open the tubes. I'm going to give that a thumbs up.
What?
I'm cracking open the.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully people, put something in the chat still, guys. I want to get as many names as I can. Let's see. I'm still harvesting them. And what else do you see here?
I got Robert says I just bought 4 tubes of maples from Costco. All were
Nice.
sealed. Wow.
Really?
Okay,
Is
but
Costco
Robert,
doing that?
yeah. What does it actually say on the seal? That's what I'm curious about, because it's probably a private company doing it.
Yeah,
Unless it's a brand new, like literally like breaking news, guys.
I know, right?
Because I haven't seen it. So I just could be breaking news. Maybe it is.
Huh.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I don't know, but I don't have my sealed tube handy, so I can't show people what it's like. But yeah,
Well, yeah,
it's,
obviously the U.S. Mint does it. They've been doing that for some time. So,
right.
but yeah, the other ones, I'd be curious. All right. Any last questions before the giveaway? We got
Yeah.
like 3 minutes here, guys. Go ahead and put them in the chat. This has been a lot of fun. This is our what, 6th season of this?
6th season, episode 7. I know. Can you believe that? 6 seasons. Amazing. It's the longest running precious metal collaboration in our community that I know of on YouTube. So it's an honor to do it with you, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and I did mention the Pork Fest, so I won't show that again. Let me show people what it is that we're giving away one more time. What do you think?
Let's see it.
Let's see it. Boom. Here we go. It is the D-Day 2024 1-ounce D-Day silver coin, 80th anniversary. These are really very special, very beautiful. Yeah, you're going to definitely enjoy this if you win it. There's a max mintage of 100,000, so it's a really great price. Actually, I think there's some really good deals going on too. Can I just show you right here on SD Bullion?
Let's take a little look-see.
These bars, man. I had somebody contact me 2 days ago and say, I'm interested in getting something. What I was looking at SD Bullion. Are these bars a good deal, Yankee? And
yes.
I went, yes.
Yes. I have the 5 ounce.
Are.
I need to get the 10. I only have the 5.
Oh, really?
Yes. Do you have all of them? I
have the 1, the 5, and I think I have to look. No, I have a 10. I have a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a 10 ounce. I'm ahead of you.
You win. You win. Do you have the gold one? Come on.
Oh, jeez. You just hate it when I win. Any little thing, don't you?
I don't care. You have more silver than me, Yankee.
I'm kidding. No, I doubt that very much. Oh, man. Let's see here. Okay.
Oh, and real quick, back to the D-Day.
Yeah.
I actually think, as far as like these sort of one-off coins go, this is one of the cooler designs I've seen. Like I actually like it. I wish they would do it not just for the anniversary. I wish they would put something out like that every year. But
I agree.
You only got a short window to buy it. Yeah.
Well, I do have a bunch of names in here, and I just plopped them in. I'm gonna make sure. Here we go. Oops, I forgot to switch it over. So here are the names. Let me double check the settings.
6 seasons for 6 years, Brian.
No display.
1 season a year. That's how long we've been doing it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's incredible. All right, guys, this is for that 1 ouncer. Good luck, everyone.
Best of luck.
By the way, just for those that are new to the Wheel of Names, all right, this little gray box over here just takes the names in. They bounce around. Eventually, they pop out. The reason that's there is if I try to display all the names, it's microscopic. You can't even see the name. It's funny. But, and I do see Yankee stacking on the wheel.
If he wins it, double the giveaway.
See, Yankee goes in, and he doesn't pop out. There's just so many names, right? So
yeah, hundreds of names.
All right, let's shuffle it up and spin.
Best of luck.
Right.
Free silver. I mean, hey.
Oh, it's a nice one, too. It's not just a round. This is really pretty stuff. Collectible.
Yeah.
100,000 only.
Yeah, It's a coin.
Yep. You're right. Ty, Jerry, Kurt, Ronald, John, Scully, Douglas, B. Howard, CRH, Silver Halves, Metally Corrupted.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Metally.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
What are the
What
chances?
are the chances? Congrats, man. That's awesome.
And we love your channel, Metally Corrupted. Great
Yes, great
content.
content. Way to go, man. Good luck. Or good congratulations, I should say. You won.
Yes, congratulations. This has been a lot of fun, and we usually do these every other week. It's the summer. There's vacations,
hmm
mostly Yankee, but no,
What?
no, I go on occasion
I
too.
know you do.
But I think in 2 weeks we're doing one on my channel. Yeah.
Yes, we are. 2 weeks, your channel.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and
And
I hate
yeah.
it that these super chats came flying in here. I saw Amy super chat at $5, stack silver and food and water. Yes, Amy, I love that. Prep and prep stack too. Frank G super chat $2. Sell or keep graded eagles. Really quick, sell or keep graded eagles.
Graded Eagles. I personally, if
Yeah,
you could get good money for them, I'd sell them and buy like rounds or something. I would try because if things do fall apart,
right.
silver's silver. So why are you holding premium bullion? That doesn't make sense to me.
I agree. I agree. Well, hey, mentally corrupted, email me your mailing address and I'll get that over to the SD Bullion. Also include your phone number so they can get in contact with you if they need to. So congrats again. All right. Wow, we did it in about an hour, man. This
We
worked out
did it.
great. We
It
did.
was it was a lot of fun. Thank you all for being here. Before we finish out,
Yep.
Dave asked like 10 times, "Yes, I am born again." Me and Yankee both, and that's
Oh,
partly
wonderful.
why we love SD Bullion. They are a Christian-based
Yes.
bullion dealer. They're one of the biggest in the nation, and we
Yep.
love them.
Yep, we
So there you
do.
go.
Love to be ambassadors for them too. SD Bullion's great and very generous to our stacking community. So, all right,
Yes,
man.
absolutely.
Well, thank
Well,
you all for watching. And until next time, thank you from Silver Pros.
and stack like a pro.
Good night, everyone.